Hello and welcome to Anytime eLearning. In this video, I will show you how to create and grade quizzes in Blackboard. Quizzes, or tests as Blackboard calls them, not only have a variety of question types, but also offer an auto-grading feature for certain question types, timer options, randomization, accessibility, and many other settings that will help you understand how well each student is learning course material. Creating quizzes in Blackboard is a two-step process. The first step is creating the actual quiz by inserting quiz questions. This first step, however, is not visible to your students, and you can take your time creating all the questions. In the second step, you will deploy the quiz. In other words, you will make the quiz available for your students and set up the parameters or rules under which the quiz will be taken. Let's begin with step number 1. To create quiz questions in Blackboard, from the Course Management menu, select Course Tools and then click on Tests, Surveys, and Pools. Click on Tests and then on Build Test. You must enter the test name. Adding description and instructions are optional. When you're ready, click Submit. You will be directed to the test canvas that allows instructors to add and edit questions, assign points, add question sets or random blocks, reorder questions, and review the test before deploying it to the users. In this video, I will focus on adding and editing questions and assigning points. To add a question to the quiz, click on the Create Question tab and select any question type from the list that you find suitable for the test. Your test can combine different types of questions. I have created 3 sample questions. The first is an essay type, the second is a multiple choice, and the third is true/false. For detailed information about each question type, please refer to the Blackboard help page. To assign a number of points for each question, enter the point value in the boxes on the right. By default, Blackboard assigns 10 points per question. You can assign the same point value to multiple questions at once by selecting each question and entering the point value in this box. You don't have to make every question in one sitting. You can save the questions you have created and resume working on the quiz later. To resume or edit the quiz, repeat the same steps you took while creating the quiz. From the Course Management menu, select Course Tools, then click on Test, Surveys, and Pools, and then click on Tests. Once you locate the test you wish to finish or edit, hover your mouse over its name and click on the chevron. Select the Edit Test option from the menu to edit or resume your work. As previously mentioned, your students will not have access to the test unless you deploy it, which brings us to step number 2. In step number 2, you're making the quiz available to your students. The best practice is to deploy the quiz in the content area designated for quizzes that can be accessed from the student menu. For more information, please view my Customizing Blackboard Navigation menu instructional video. To deploy a quiz on Blackboard, click on the content area that was previously designated to host all the quizzes. From the Assessment menu, select the Test option. Select the quiz you made in the previous step from the list. Click Submit. You will land on the Test Options page, where you can set up the parameters such as due date or a timer for the test takers. One of the most important parameters is setting test availability. By default, the test is set not to be available to students. Make a quiz available to students only when you're absolutely sure that there are no errors in the quiz. If you select Yes under Add a New Announcement for the test, Blackboard will generate a notification and email it to your students after you make the test available. Decide whether you want your students to access the test multiple times or just once. If you choose the latter, then keep this box unmarked. If you do allow multiple attempts, however, adjust their number and set up their scoring accordingly. Forced completion means that a student must start and finish the test in one sitting and that they may not exit and re-enter the test. If you wish to time the quiz, click on the box next to Set Timer and turn the Auto Submit on after you enter the number of minutes. Below, you have an option to restrict the test availability after you made it available in one of the previous steps. You also have an option to password protect the quiz. Another very important parameter is setting the test availability exceptions. You may use this parameter to provide an accommodation to a student with a disability, or if you allow a student to retake the test. The exceptions include the number of attempts, timer options, and availability. You may set up the due date for the quiz here. Blackboard automatically generates a column in the Grade Center where it collects all the quiz results. This option is set by default under Include this test in Grade Center score calculations. It is recommended that you keep this box checked. By default, Blackboard will show test results after the student submits the test, but you can change that by selecting any of the options from the list. Decide whether to show the score for each question to students, all possible answers, and feedback. Finally, decide whether you want the test questions displayed in a single list. If you opt for that choice, select all at once. On the other hand, if you prefer Blackboard to present each question at a time, select one at a time and prohibit backtracking option. That will prevent students from going back to the question they have submitted. You can also have an option to randomize questions. Once you have set all the parameters, click on the Submit button. Now let's discuss grading. While setting the test parameters in one of the previous steps, we specified that Blackboard automatically creates the corresponding column in the Grade Center to collect the test results. Most question types, such as multiple choice or true-false, allow auto-grading. That is, based on the correct answer you provided while creating the question, Blackboard will evaluate students' responses. However, questions such as short answer, essay, or file response require the instructor's grade input. To grade a test or access the results, from the Grade Center in the Course Management menu, select the Full Grade Center. Scroll through the Full Grade Center by using the scroll bars or keyboard arrows to locate the column that has the same name as the test. If the entire quiz is auto-graded, in Full Grade Center, you will see the score each student received. If the test contains a question that needs to be manually graded, in the Full Grade Center, look out for a yellow circle with an exclamation mark, as this symbol signifies that there is a submission for grading. Hover your mouse over that symbol, or the score, and click on the chevron next to it. Click on the attempt from the drop-down menu to view the score per question or regrade the submission. Thanks for watching.